Quick show of hands. Who likes talking to tire kickers? Precisely. So let's figure out a way to stop that, okay? Hey, it's Al Calhoun with Coveted Consultant. When we think about client acquisition, what we're really talking about are people who are prepared to make a decision. And when we say decision, really what we mean is we want someone to say yes quickly. And what we mean is we want someone to say yes who will immediately pay us money. So we talk about all this client acquisition stuff, but really what we mean is, where do I go to find somebody who will make a decision immediately? And by decision, I mean give us some money. Let's think about that more appropriately, shall we? Because none of us like talking to what we call tire kickers, but we don't understand that it's actually your fault that you have tire kickers and your fault that you keep talking to tire kickers. So let's give it some context. So we know there's a funnel. And so in this funnel, there can be a variety of steps depending on how you operate. But there are two crucial things that are happening in this funnel. There is information, and then there is conversation. Now, tire kicker. Really what we're talking about is we're talking about someone who isn't prepared to make the buying decision. They're somewhere earlier in the process, but you are prepared to hear and to receive the buying decision. So the two of you entered that conversation with the wrong or with different expectations, and because of that, you call them a tire kicker because they don't want to pay or spend money with you right now, this second. So what I'm reminding you to do is what you already know you should be doing. Your funnel, your marketing funnel as an agency, should be giving people the correct information so that when they have a conversation with you, they can make the appropriate decision. Let's take that even one step deeper. However you organize your funnel, there's 100 ways of doing this. However you organize your funnel, are you providing the kind of information that makes it clear that a conversation is important? So it doesn't matter what they take in along the way. If they want to do work with your agency, they're going to have a conversation. But not just any conversation, a very specific conversation. So all of this information should be seeding, should be informing, should be preparing your best client to make the decision when they get on the phone with you. Give them what they need to know in advance so they can think about it, digest it, prepare themselves for it, and then engage with you appropriately when it's time to converse. A common flaw is you introduce conversation way too early in the process. People who really should just get some information. They should be better informed. But you spend your precious time talking to them way up here. And then you get frustrated when you can't force them into making a buying decision. They weren't ready. They didn't have the information. They didn't know what it was that they were buying. They didn't know how to engage. They didn't totally understand the value. They didn't understand what their responsibility was. They didn't understand how to fully use the services. That's your fault. That is your fault. Be more proactive about providing the right kind of information earlier in the funnel, earlier in the process. Make it clear that it doesn't matter how much of this stuff you take in information. We're going to have to sit together and make that final decision together. And so when you do that, when they're prepared and you're prepared, they may still say no. They may still say, you know what, I understand where you're coming from, and you know what, now it's the best time. That's fine. You had the right conversation at the right time. So now, when they come back around, because eventually they will, when they come back around, they know what needs to happen here. They know where they should be here. And so when they say yes, and this is the part you care the most about, when they say yes, they are fully prepared to engage your scope of services. Have you ever had a situation where someone said yes, and then you started working, and then you were more committed to their project than they were? They didn't fully understand what they were buying because they didn't have the right information. You couldn't have had the appropriate conversation. So you pushed a little bit. They said, okay, then here you are with a new client that's causing you more pain than they're worth. So get better organized. Provide the right information, provide it in the correct order so you can have an appropriate conversation. So those that say yes are fully prepared to be awesome clients. Then they'll become fully prepared testimonials and fully prepared evangelists for your company. If you put it in the right order, it's a better value proposition for you and your client when it's time to make a buying decision. Hey, it's Alzay again, and thanks for taking the time to watch the video. Let's talk about some next steps. Next step number 1, please post your comment, your question, your thought, or your response in the comment box below. That dialogue helps all of us better digest the content. It also helps me understand what videos I should be creating next. Next step, number 2. What are you going to do with the information that you now have? What I find, unfortunately, is that most people don't do anything. It's just too easy to watch 19 more videos or to read 45 more blog posts. I'll be honest with you. The videos that you're receiving here are snapshots from a much larger, better organized coaching program. So if you're over the information and you know it's time to execute, you may really appreciate the coaching program. There's a free training somewhere on this page right here. You can click it, and that free training will tell you all about what the program is and is not, and if it makes sense, you can join. Either choice you make, I'm so glad to have you as a part of this community, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.